You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. I'm your host, Alexander Joyce, and with me today is Tim Ayers. We are talking about mortgages, specifically in this segment, Tim, reverse mortgages. And I think that, in many ways I get a lot of questions about this. That's why I wanted to talk about it. But, a lot of the things I hear when people ask me about my opinion in reverse mortgage, the same way I would answer that question if somebody asks me if they're overpaying in their taxes. Well, this firm is holistic and we have people designed, dedicated for that purpose, that need. And you are a mortgage guy. And so I want to jump in both feet. You have created this list, right? And it's really unique because it goes over the 10 ways to use reverse mortgages. Not saying that we are promoting reverse mortgages, and I'm not saying that we are against reverse mortgages. The same way we are non-biased when it comes to individual stocks, mutual funds, or ETFs.
Right.
And so it is just they're a place, could be a place in a portfolio, and people have questions. And so my job is to get those questions answered. And so maybe perhaps, Tim, go through maybe a high level, if you will, not too much detail, because we want to give people this list. This list, again, is top 10 ways to use these reverse mortgage funds.
Right.
What are maybe some top of mind things that we want to go over or through when it comes to reverse mortgages? What are the things, in your opinion, that people need to know right now?
The age limitation, 62.
Okay.
And or older. And the older you get, the more that is available in the reverse mortgage. Now, a reverse mortgage is actually just a slang term for a HECM, or home equity conversion mortgage. So you're converting your home equity into a mortgage that then is paying you instead of you paying your mortgage.
That's a big takeaway, I think.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. And so again, my what I'm hearing is that, reverse mortgage is a fancy word for a HECM, home equity line of credit.
A home equity line of credit.
Okay.
That isn't a line of credit, because a HELOC or a home equity line of credit, you have to pay back.
Right.
But
Right.
a HECM, or a home equity conversion mortgage, you never have to make a payment. So you never have to pay it back. And I mean, you don't. Now, if you have to move into a retirement center or a healthcare facility or something like that and have to give up your home, the government doesn't want your house. They've had that happen in 2008. That is not fun. They would prefer you sell it or give it your children a chance to buy it. And so the cost of that house would then be what you owe, all that you owe on the reverse mortgage.
I see.
So whatever you have used, that's what they can buy it for. If you have used more than the value of your home, they don't have to buy it, and there is nothing that goes against their inheritance, your children's inheritance.
I see.
All right?
I see.
The government then owns that whole thing.
Because I think one of the misconceptions, what's confusing to people is when they think that, and I've heard this many times, and I think, I've read this, I've done a tons of years of research on this thing, that when they do a reverse mortgage, they are giving away their property, right? I think people think that it is no longer theirs. They do a reverse mortgage in return for either assets, right? Kind of like a HELOC, right? They take the money out and then they give up control. They can live there, but they give up control of the property. Should people be viewing a reverse mortgage that way?
No, absolutely not. Because you are on the deed. That's it. You are on the deed. You are on that reverse mortgage. You can live in that property until the day you die.
And you can still sell that property.
You can still
You
sell
can
that
still
at
deed
any
that
point.
property. You still have ownership.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think that, the top 10 ways to use reverse mortgages, this list that we call it, this document that we want people to have, this deliverable, if you will. I think people need to call, hit the QR code, or text us to get this list. I think it's a very powerful tool to educate people. Just if they have questions about, I want to learn more about that, or I have questions and concerns about that. Maybe they don't want to talk to me. Maybe they don't want to talk to you, Tim, right? And they just want to read, and that's fine, right? And what they want to read and take the time to kitchen table this thing, scrub through it, highlight it, write all over it. That's what that is for, because we get a lot of questions, concerns about reverse mortgage. act now, get this list. Tim, I really thank you for clearing some of that up. We could talk about this thing all day. We'll limit it to just 5 minutes, right? But get this list today, folks. You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. Stay tuned. There's more show to come.